students, and respected teachers. Today we are going to talk about feminism, and we would like to start with the central idea, big idea, the lines of inquiry, key concept, and related concepts that we form. The first, a transdisciplinary theme. For PYP exhibition, it's how we express ourselves, but for this particular topic, we chose who we are. The central idea which we framed was access to equal opportunity shapes communities and makes a difference globally. And the big idea is the origin of feminism and its impact worldwide in the present and future world. So the difference between central ideas and big ideas are that central ideas are the main ideas and big ideas are like the theme.
The first line of inquiry is characteristics of a feminist. The key concept is form, and the related concepts are lifestyle, belief, and value. The second line of inquiry is evolution of feminism throughout time. The key concept is change, and the related concepts are growth and history. The third line of inquiry is impact of feminism on individuals and different communities. The key concept is perspective, and the related concepts are community and choice. The common related concepts for all the lines of inquiry are equality, equity, rights, and expression.
Moving on to the line of inquiry 1, that is characteristics of a feminist, key concept form, and related concept lifestyle, belief, and value. So the characteristics are that feminism works towards equality, but from a female's perspective, but it also doesn't want any gender to overpower, and because right now females are stereotyped more, that's why it is looking from the female's perspective. It also doesn't want no double standard when we are judging a person, and they try to understand how differently women and men are treated. And feminists respect different women's experiences, strengths, knowledge, and identities. So the there are types of feminists. Over here we have only mentioned 4, but there are many more types of feminists. So one, black feminist, they try to work. They are against racism and sexism. Liberal feminist, they work towards women to be treated the same way as men, and most feminists are liberal feminists. Radical feminists, they try to dismantle the whole belief system and build a new world. And cultural feminists, they find alternatives other than dismantling the whole belief system to avoid inequality. Some stereotypes and myths are that feminists hate men, feminists are always angry, feminists are easily offended, feminists are unattractive and feminine, and are not feminine, feminists can only be women, and feminists do not support marriage.
The second line of inquiry is evolution of feminism throughout time, with the key concept change and the related concepts growth and history. Feminist history has been divided into 4 parts, and they are called the 4 waves of feminism. The first wave, which started in the 1800s, gives equal rights to women, gives equal property rights to women, and then it slowly evolved to giving equal rights in the political world, like giving right to vote. The second wave of feminism, which started in the 1960s, gives equal rights to women in the economical world. Women started working after marriage around this time. The gender ratios for the careers, medical and law, really changed as women started working, and women started doing sporty activities as well. So the third wave, which fixed problems in the first and second wave in the 1980s. So while the first and second wave only focused on upper class white women, the third wave focused on all women from all races, ethnicities, nationalities, and class. The fourth wave is what we are living in right now, and it is against sexual abuse and harassment.
Moving on to the line of inquiry 3, that is impact of feminism on individuals and different communities, key concept perspective, and related concept community and choice. Before we go forward, we would like to say that we have explored this LOI through different perspectives of different people, communities, and societies, and we are we are going to reflect the research in the same way. So starting with people, we chose male feminists. That, and we feel that male feminists, the impact on male feminists will be that they might be pressured a lot by other non-feminist males to not do work for females or to not help them, but at the same time we appreciate it from the females for helping.
We also explored through the perspectives of upper class, middle class, and lower class. For upper class, we can count them as celebrities. So they have an influential and strong voice, but they are scared to speak up as they're afraid what other people might think about them, and they're afraid of what might happen to their reputation. For middle class, according to us, we think it is best to be a feminist in the middle class, as women have the voice to speak up, and they are not afraid of ruining their own reputation. There are not a lot of narrow-minded people in the middle class, and many women in the middle class work not because they're scared of not finding a husband, but because they want to work. For lower class, just when feminism was starting, the lower class was still fighting for basic human rights. So when they did get human rights for men, they were happy that at least they do have rights. But even if a few women wanted to fight for women's rights as well, they wouldn't be able to do it, as there are not a lot of feminists in the lower class.
Moving on to the Western society, the women in Western society have more access to education. They have the rights to make decisions on their own. They have rights to own property. They can work, and they have many more rights than the rural areas that we see today. So we are trying to say with this point that all the metro cities know about this, and what we have to do now is spread awareness in the rural areas, because if we don't spread it right now, then they will never know and the world will never become equal. Moving on to some famous feminists. So one, John Legend,
Michelle Obama,
Farhan Akhtar,
Will Smith,
Emma Watson,
Malala Yousafzai,
Kamala Bhasin,
Harry Styles,
Beyonce.
and Barack Obama.
We would like you to watch these videos when we will be sharing this presentation, and if time is left, we might even show it after the presentation. So now this is our artwork. So the first one is mine. Uh, uh, so I don't know if you can see it, but in the pink I have also done some blue that looks like little purplish, but that shows that very less women's stereotypes and equality is there. Stereotypes is broken, equality is there. The other pink part is still left, and that's why the quote also reflects that. That is, I am not free while any woman is unfree, even when her shackles are very different from my own. Andre Lorde. So yeah, and I would like to give credits to my mom and grandma for helping me with this artwork.
So the second one is mine, and it shows a girl with the two normal eyes and three different eyes on her face, and it says, "Don't look at yourself through their eyes." And it basically means that the girl should love herself for who she is, and everyone should do that as well. And we should not have to fall into the society's standards to be called a woman.
So this is our bibliography, and credits to Pooja ma'am, our teacher in charge, Ravi sir, our mentor, Dimple ma'am, our previous mentor, and for giving us support and helping us preparing for us for today. Any questions?
Aaria and Misha will definitely cater to the questions, but if you can show one or two videos from the list you had, because we have time to cater to the questions post that. Thank
Yes.
you.
So two of the videos, there are 4 videos, and 2 of them have been found by Aaria and 2 of them have been found by me.
So this was given by Ravi sir to us, actually.
Why are you crying? Don't behave like a girl. Chalo, boys don't cry. लड़के रोते नहीं. मैंने बोला ना, लड़के नहीं रोते. लड़के रोते नहीं हैं. लड़के रोते नहीं हैं. लड़के रोते नहीं. लड़के नहीं रोते यार. ओ देवदास, छोड़ ना यार. लड़के ऐसे नहीं रोते.
बचपन से ही सिखाते हैं कि लड़के रोते नहीं हैं। शायद बेहतर होगा अगर हम सिखाएं कि लड़के रुलाते नहीं हैं।
Hey, I'm using you. Be ready. Please come and ask them. Hello. Hello. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Za.
Nå skal du sjekke kameraene. Det er litt sett fotball. Lære meg et par triks.
Triks,
Ja, så er det noen enkle triks. Ja, super.
So I would just like to say that the girl special thing is nutmeg.
Den er sykt god.
Skjønner du kanskje på?
Det blir helt skummelt. Faen, altså.
Thank you.
So this video is just trying to say that we should support women in sports, but this was in soccer,
Yeah, we understood. Thank you so much for sharing the videos. We are okay with 2 videos because we have some questions which probably you can try addressing. So
yes.
one question. So later on, I would definitely want you to go through the chats. There are some good there are some appreciations. You can go ahead later on. The question, one question is, did you inquire into the concept of equity versus equality?
Not actually, not equity versus equality.
Okay, same goes for Misha. Same answer.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, honest answer. Yeah. Next question is, would you all identify yourselves as feminists? Why or why not? How did this inquiry impact your everyday life?
Well, since we started like properly researching about feminism because of PYP exhibition. I would say that we are taking small steps to become a feminist, and uh, we hope that we can take more steps to become a feminist. I wouldn't say that we are at the level yet, but we are working on it. We will be taking more actions after the lockdown is over.
Yeah. So I agree with Misha. We are still not feminist, I would say. We are still in the process. And like Misha said, we have actions planned. One of them is going to rural areas and teaching women over there self-defense and talking about their rights and
Mhm.
spreading awareness through social media and all.
Okay, and the impact, so throughout the PYP exhibition, when you were inquiring and digging deeper into this topic, did it create some impact on both of you?
Yeah, so we understood that like equality and all is not just like till education or payment or something like that. It is a lot more. Like
Mm-hmm.
we didn't know, like at least I didn't know that there was inequality when we couldn't vote before. Women
Mm-hmm.
couldn't vote, and yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And probably if Ravi sir would want to add something, or else we can go ahead with the next group.
Yes, ma'am. So first of all, students, you really done it very well. I really appreciate the your confidence, the way you shared the presentation and everything. However, Arya, in context of this question, uh, equity and equality, right? So
Yeah.
can you throw some lights on the topic of EDM that you shared with me?
Sorry.
Can you share some? Can you throw some lights on the topic that you shared with me? That country's production is, like the more female work and the production of overall
Yeah.
country. Yeah.
Yes,
So
so basically there is this thing GDP. The full form is gross domestic uh, product, gross domestic product. So basically, it it counts the money. I mean, it sees how much each person earns, and then it is like India's economy part. So if women start working, all women start working, then the GDP will increase, and therefore India's economy will get better. And not only India, so if all around the world every country does that, all countries economy will become better.
yeah, thank you, Arya. So I asked this question. So I ask you to add this because it is worth mentioning here that you have searched about it and you have gathered some knowledge about it. So thank you so much for sharing, Arya.
And I would like to give credit to my dad and grandpa for sharing this knowledge with me.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Arya.
I'd like to give credits to my sister for telling me about the lower class history about feminism. And I'd also like to say that the other two videos, that all the videos are worth watching, and they really talk about arranged marriage in rural areas and stereotypes women face in 30 seconds to 1 minute. So they are worth watching.